because of government policies. But it is exciting that Hawaii and others are moving to block GMO crops. I mean, it's just destroying the environment. But notice you don't hear all the Democrats calling to restrict that.
Right.
What's your take overall on where this is going? I've got the headline, Maui GMO ban passes after third printout.
It was on the I was on the third printout it came out. So I voted yes for it. I think there should be more testing before they just kind of force it down. It's a small island, and it affects everybody. And yes, there were some jobs lost, but I think if you look at it in the long term, maybe a few hundred jobs may be lost. But what's going to be the effect on the island and the people and everything around it in 10, 20, 30 years?
Sure. Well, I've studied GMO intensely, and I appreciate your call, and economics. And I've studied the market, and I use this example almost every week because it's so sterling, it's so crystal clear. 15, 20 years ago, you couldn't find organic food but at weird little shops. But people began to buy it, and so over the next decade or two, more people got involved. Their private certification systems set up. Trusted name brands got involved. And now you can get pretty healthy, non-GMO, high-quality food, in some cases for lower prices than the GMO garbage. That's a total flip. Because when people get involved in a market, then other people get involved as it becomes lucrative, and then it creates competition. And that's what ends up happening. And so I will guarantee you, in fact, I know Hawaii has a huge organic produce market. It's like the little, California, but California's in a drought. And so those niches that have been, taken out by a GMO planting ban will get filled by other cleaner industries. And see, people tune in and hear me talk about this thing, go, what are you, like a Democrat, a communist or something? Listen, I pick and choose after research what I stand for. I'm not partisan. The environmentalists are a bunch of land-grabbing crooks at the top. At the ground level, they're great people. There are a lot of good ideas. Our planet is in trouble. I mean, you don't go around planting. Here's an example. They've now released in the Pacific Ocean salmon that are 3 times the size of normal salmon. And in a major university study, I think it was Washington State, they found within 40 generations, all other salmon would be extinct because they can't compete with these fish. And these fish have insect and plant genes in them and will begin mutating. See, you don't change something's genetics and then it just stays like that. When it breeds, then its eggs and the sperm are mutated, and then they create new mutations. And that's a problem with GMO produce, is farmers will tell you they have to keep buying new seeds because if they don't buy the new ones, second-generation seeds, if they even grow, it's a freak show. And we've got, last time I checked, more than 10,000, look it up, pharmacological GMO crops. I'm going to say that again. More than 10,000. That number's a few years old. More than 10,000 pharmacological GMO crops. Let me just give you 2 GMO crops. One of them is currently growing all over the U.S. Ebola vaccine in it. In the corn, live, attenuated Ebola. You can program a plant to grow a virus. Now, what did Protegene, look up AP, 10 years ago? The government got concerned that people with spacesuits out in Texas killing it. We reported it before it was in the AP. They had corn that grew live. They claimed attenuated, though, but it was still whole virus. HIV for a HIV vaccine. So they don't just grow vaccines now in monkey kidneys or in a fetal tissue where they get their Pepsi flavor secret. See how over the top that statement is? But it's true. Pepsi flavor testing is done with fetal tissue. You can't make that up. Just like you can't make up 10,000 crops with Ebola and HIV growing. You think that's going to get out of hand, boys and girls? You think that's a threat? That's biological warfare. I mean, it's a wonder we're even still alive. We're not in Kansas anymore, as I say. The Air Force came out 12 years ago and admitted they've created antimatter bombs in the San Francisco Chronicle. We'll be back with Ray, Stephen, Jason, Matt, Patrick, and others. Stay with us.
Do you lay awake at night and worry about the health and safety of you and your loved ones? Do you wonder what would happen if you weren't able to get to a hospital or doctor? How can you keep your family safe against the deadly pathogens that are beginning to emerge in the world today? Give yourself peace of mind with Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver is turning heads around the world as a new weapon in the fight against bacteria, viruses, and fungus. Supernatural Silver can be taken internally or used topically to help the body's own immune system fight off disease much more effectively. Supernatural Silver has been tested at independent universities and laboratories around the world and has been proven to be safe and highly effective against some of the planet's deadliest pathogens. There is no better product to have in your home for daily use or emergency preparedness. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, use the code SILVER2014 for 20% off, and give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
On September 30th, 2014, the first confirmed case of Ebola appeared in the U.S. This, combined with several other unidentified viruses, have some of our customers at 30dayfoodsupply.com concerned about the safety of our domestic food supply, resulting in a surge of our $99 90-serving kits. While we at 30dayfoodsupply.com have no expertise in epidemiology, we are aggressively purchasing raw materials that are currently in stock, and we intend to continue to sell our 30-day non-GMO emergency food supply for only $99 as long as we can. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low by buying directly from the producers in Oregon and then pass the savings on to you. Call 541-229-0010 and purchase our 30-day, 90-day serving emergency food supplies for only $99, and $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit our website at 30dayfoodsupply.com or call 541-229-0010. 541-229-0010.
Are you ready to surrender your right to buy body armor? No joke. Congress is now trying to outlaw civilian body armor. And if House Bill H.R. 5344 becomes law, you can kiss your right to protect yourself against rifle bullets goodbye. Don't put off your body armor purchase any longer. Go now to InfidelBodyArmor.com. Thousands of military veterans trust their lives to Infidel Body Armor. You should too. Spelled I-N-F-I-D-E-L. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
Genesis is defined as an origin, creation, or the beginning. Genesis Communications Network began with the mission of providing you with the kind of compelling content you're listening to now. And at GCNlive.com, you'll find a free archive of our nation's history, narrated by GCN hosts, explored, shared, and passed down to future generations. GCN is the future of talk radio, but we should always strive to learn from our past. Together, we are GCNlive.com. GCN.
If you have candida overgrowth, just taking antifungal agents or starving yourself of sweets does not address the cause. Candida overgrowth is the result of a toxic, damaged, acidic, low oxygen, and inflamed tissue environment. The goal should be to remove the toxins, heal damaged tissues, restore healthy pH, eliminate inflammation, and feed beneficial bacteria. Previous usage of antibiotics or steroids or exposure to mercury or other toxins can damage many cells in the GI tract and body that make you prone to candida overgrowth. Removing toxins and healing tissues should be the goal. One World Whey is a whey protein food that supports detoxification, repair of tissues, and elimination of inflammation, healthy pH, and growth of beneficial bacteria. One World Whey is duly reformulated to be higher in protein and lower in carbohydrate. We believe One World Whey is an excellent food to support your efforts to create a healthy internal body environment. Call 888-988-3325 or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld.com.
McConnell's been in a press conference for 20 minutes. The Senate leader, the new Senate-elect leader, going, we're not going to be repealing Obamacare. And we're not going to be, this is my best imitation of him, we're not going to be defaulting on the debt or shutting down the government. All that means is we're just going to continue to bankrupt the country. And all the reporters are talking about is bipartisanship and working together. And he's like, yes, we're going to work together. On and on and on. What about investigations of Fast and Furious? What about Benghazi? What about shutting down the power plants? What about opening up the borders? What about? Oh, they're not going to do anything about that. Can you believe that the Republicans have the House and Senate and they're not going to repeal Obamacare? How are they going to get away with that? Are we going to let them get away with that? That's the headline. Will Republican leadership get away with not repealing Obamacare? Republican leadership, we won't repeal Obamacare. Shocker. Will they get away with it? Everyone I know has had their premiums. The lowest is 60, 70% increase. Most people it's doubled. And then we're getting notices that get ready, it's about to get even worse. And then you complain and they go, shut up, racist. No one had their premium go up, even though they admit they're skyrocketing. I've been in clinics in places. That's where I tend to go when I got something going on. And because they're a lot quicker, not as dangerous as hospitals with all the killer bugs in them. Newer clinics are. And there's always people going, well, wait a minute. I came in to get my medication, a checkup 6 months ago. It was half of this. And you hear them going, well, this is the Affordable Care Act. They go, let us explain some literature. We're sorry. We're not the insurance company. And they're just like, what? And boy, they get mad. And let me tell you, for whatever reason, these clinics I've been, almost every time it's been old black women and stuff, and they get really upset. Because they're in there paying for their health care, and they're getting screwed over. And it's going to get a lot worse. And it makes me so angry. And the Supreme Court ruled it's a tax to the insurance companies. Yeah, those are the people that aren't creating jobs. When they talk about corporations not making jobs, those are the parasites that are sock puppeting John Boehner so that we can't repeal it. They paid close to $1 billion the last 5 years to get that lobbied through and then implemented. And they paid for it, and they think they own Congress, and they don't care if Obamacare is 80+% unpopular, and they don't care if you don't like it. They are going to sit there and squat on you like a bully, spitting in your face till you throw that bully off and kick their butt politically. This is a short segment, long segment coming up. Let's go to Ray in New Jersey. Then we'll go to Patrick, Stephen, Jason, and Matt. Go ahead, Ray. Thanks for calling.
If every one of us, every one of the 15 million that listen to you, would just talk to one person a week and explain to them what is going on, we could really make a difference and make this thing move forward. As for what has happened in the political arena the past 24 hours, Obama has been arrogant from the day that he left Harvard to the day he just keeps on using his pen.
Oh, yeah, he came out today and said that he doesn't feel repudiated.
No, exactly. But he also knows that he has the same old boys working for him now that were working for him 3 days ago, just with a different suit on. So why not be arrogant? He knows that whoever he can turn on his Democrat buddies, not support them. The Republicans are going to get in, and they're going to do what he wants anyway.
That's right. What a bunch of rats. Harry Reid is now chairing into Obama, when Harry Reid is pushing the exact same policies as Obama when Obama was at Harvard. I mean, Harry Reid was in Congress when Obama was at Harvard pushing the same stuff. What no honor among thieves is all I can say. And they are just a pack of trash. And, yeah, Obama's been playing golf with Boehner and hanging out with Mitch McConnell. And they're going to have a lunch on Friday, him and Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell supported the banker bailout. Mitch McConnell just said in the press conference, there's not going to be any government shutdown. Because, see, he's the boss. Not the other 99 senators voting. Not the 400-something people in the House. Mitch McConnell, see, he's in charge.
And we have to turn around, and we have to get to our senators and our congresspeople and make them quite aware that they're also going to be out of a job, that we're watching them. And we have to sit on them on a weekly basis, just continually. We need to take our school systems back.
I agree. I agree with you, and this shows that we are beginning to turn the tide and take things back. It's a sign of fight being in us, and if we shut those borders down, deport these illegals, arrest some of these feds for crimes they've committed, it'll send a message to scare the other cockroaches to quit committing all these crimes. We'll be right back with your phone calls, Infowars.com.
We're on the march.